Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I am Dioze. With me is Zam, and there will be more coming, possibly to discuss breaking news. There are trafficking allegations against Vince McMahon, and this is not a good day for the WWE and the TKO board because, according to these allegations, the WWE was aware that Vince McMahon was doing these kinds of things.
Yeah.
So that says a lot.
Well, he
Tr-
was the WWE, isn't he? So, like,
yep.
yeah. I mean, when he was in charge, so pretty much he was doing it under their banner
Yep.
as the man of the
But
WWE. Yeah.
but to make this worse, Triple H knew, Stephanie knew, all these people knew that Vince was doing this, and nobody said a damn thing about it. And the thing that I would do if I'm the TKO board, I'm telling them, dude, you're out. We don't care if like it's innocent until proven guilty kind of thing. You're fucking up our reputation. You got to go. And that's what I would do if I was the TKO board. But if you
Well,
want to pull,
r-
go ahead.
regarding regarding other people knowing, um, it's like, what can they do? Like, you sometimes somebody's up to no good.
Hmm.
In Stephanie's case, it's her own dad. What does she do? Like, um, bring a father to justice. It's a lot easier said than done, because it's her dad, and on top of that, but he's everyone else's boss.
Yeah.
Like, how do you stop your own boss? Like, it's crazy. And like the conflict of interest. And once again, what he's done is terrible, and I'm not
Oh,
undermining that. But for some of the people in the middle of it, like your Triple H's and stuff like that, there's a massive conflict of interest. As
yeah.
terrible as the situation is, and what can they do about it? If anything, the best thing to happen to Vince now, or for the WWE, is that they
They
probably
have
got
to
rid
cut
of him.
ties. Yep.
Well, they already did cut ties, but this they probably knew about, and this
Hmm.
was inevitable to come out at some particular point. But still, Vince. When you think of Vince McMahon, you think of the WWE, regardless of him not working for them anymore or
Hmm.
owning them anymore.
Yeah, because he was
So
around for our entire lives up until
yeah.
last year. So Vince has been around for most of our lives. And this is one of those things where if I'm the TKO board, I'm telling him you're out. Like point blank period. There's no way they can keep Vince McMahon on because if they do, their stock is going to go from up all the way down. And given that they just got The Rock on the board like yesterday, this is not good news.
It is funny though that when you say that, because it is about the money end of the day, not
Hmm.
about the integrity of it all. You mentioned stock prices and stuff like that, and that's what's going to bug them more than anything.
Yep.
The revelations. I mean, Vince McMahon doing all of this shit. If nobody ever found out, they wouldn't give a flying fuck. There's no justice in any of this. All they give a
No,
shit
no.
about is losing
Money.
money.
Yep.
Yeah, which kind of
But
makes it even worse to a degree.
yep, but morally you cannot keep Vince on the board. There's no way he can remain on the board. He should not get a say in shit. I'm like, "No, you're out." And that's it. Your time is done. But if you'd like to pull up the article cuz we were waiting on Boss Man, but I figure, you know what? We're about 4 minutes in, so if you want to
All
get
right,
this
no
going,
problem.
let's get this going.
There's an article here on NoDQ.com regarding this, and let's read through it, shall we? So
Yep.
the title of the article is Vince McMahon accused of sex trafficking by a former WWE employee in new lawsuit. The Wall Street Journal reports that Janelle Grant, a former WWE employee, so this is not even necessarily a wrestler, this is just an
Nope.
employee, filed a lawsuit against WWE, Vince McMahon, and John Laurinaitis in a Connecticut federal court on Thursday. The complaint states that Grant was the victim of physical and emotional abuse, sexual assault, and trafficking at the WWE. It added that Grant is filing this lawsuit not just to address her own suffering, but also to act for those who are afraid to speak out. I can imagine, because Vince McMahon, he's the total guy to throw his weight around and remind people who's boss. So
Intimidating. Yeah.
intimidating for sure. In the lawsuit, several claims were made, including the following alleged incidents. In March 2020, McMahon began sharing sexually explicit photographs and videos of Miss Grant, including pornographic content he recorded. with other men both inside and outside the company, including with members of the television production tech team, executives, producers, and a world famous athlete and former UFC heavyweight champion with whom the WWE was actively trying to sign to a new contract and ultimately did sign that contract. So, well, who could that be? Brock Lesnar?
Brock. Yep.
Which is a shame, really. I expected, but I don't think. I mean, they shared it with him. Doesn't mean that Brock. I don't want to start defending Brock Lesnar anyway. As one example of McMahon's extreme depravity on May the 9th, 2020, he defecated on Ms. Grant during a threesome, and then oh my god, and then commanded her to continue pleasuring his friend with feces in her hair and running down her back while McMahon went into the bathroom to shower off. Upon his return from the bathroom, McMahon and his friend actively resumed the threesome, which lasted over an hour and a half while Ms. Grant remained covered in McMahon's filth.
Oh my
when
god!
When McMahon's friend left, McMahon ordered her to stay and to continue sexually gratify him. I really had to
You had to do a double take, didn't you?
Yeah. Defecated. Jesus Christ. Quick before I continue, quick comment here from Nerdiverse. Is very Trump like. Both can't empathize or see themselves in other shoes, have an ego, and want the. Well, I mean, Donald Trump was known about the golden showers, and now Vince McMahon is about the fucking golden shits. It's quite. I mean, like both of them, Vince and Donald Trump, they both want to fuck their daughters. I think there was one storyline where I think Vince McMahon apparently got dropped. Want to make a storyline about how he impregnated his own daughter. Back in the Attitude Era, that might have passed, but nowadays, Jesus Christ, thinking about it, what the fuck was he even thinking?
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way.
Yeah. Anyway, that's just all speculation. But let's continue to read what happened here in June 2021. McMahon and defendant Laurinaitis sexually assaulted Ms. Grant inside Laurinaitis' office in WWE headquarters while colleagues were busy at their desks. Behind the locked door, the two men cornered her and pulled her in between them, forcibly touched her before ultimately putting her on top of a table between them. She begged them to stop, but they forced themselves on her, each taking turns restraining her for the other while saying, "No means yes and take it, bitch." Yeah, this is Mr. PG, by the way. On June 23rd, 2021, and around 11:42 a.m., McMahon directed Ms. Grant in the middle of a workday to meet him on the lower floor. When Miss Grant arrived, McMahon led her inside his private locker room, locked the door, and forced himself on her over a massage table. Later that day, $15,000 in gift cards to Bloomingdale's were purchased at McMahon's direction and delivered by McMahon's personal assistant to Ms. Grant in her office. The full WJS article, which requires subscription, can be read. I'm not going to do that, but that's just fucking crazy.
That's it. I mean, in a way, this is not surprising because we've known Vince to be like a potty humor kind of freak, but it's still disgusting, nonetheless.
Hello, so did you hear that article? Sorry, I didn't see you earlier, guys, but did you hear what I read about
Vince
McMahon, like how he defecated on that woman, defecated on her? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? It's incredible. This guy, like this is where extreme power corrupts. Where he's got so many people underneath him, and he runs everything and tells people how to live and stuff. He has people as independent contractors where they have none of the benefits. At the same time, he controls all of their needs. So you're classed as an independent contractor, but you probably won't get a healthcare plan or anything like that. But if you want to do something on your own accord, you can't do that shit because you work for me. Like, it's fucked, But this is typical of Vince McMahon. He wants to have complete
control of everything,
you, but no responsibility for you. And then when it comes to maybe some to a degree, he was a little bit wise. Maybe not harassing some of his wrestling employees because that shit could have come out. But when it comes to maybe members of staff, like they got nowhere to hide, unfortunately, or nowhere to run.
Yeah.
And I'm not surprised that he's like this at all. I mean, the guy is still married to Linda McMahon. You know, I know they're separated and stuff like that, but why should he fucking care?
Yeah,
You know,
he don't
I've
give a
never
shit
thought.
because
Yeah,
Linda could divorce him now and he'd still be set for the rest of his life. He ain't got
this is
shit to worry
the
about.
this is the man. Let's not forget who covered the murder the murder charges
Of Jimmy
of
Snuka.
Jimmy Snooker. You
Yep.
know, so there's no sense of morality with somebody like Vince McMahon. This is the same man who let the show go on after Owen Hart died. You know,
This is the
there is
same dude
no,
that
yeah.
this is the same dude that paid tribute to Chris Benoit. Then the next night was like, okay, yeah, fuck him. We gotta distance ourselves, and they had to do that. I mean, yeah, this WWE does not look good in this. TKO does not look good in this. Most importantly, the McMahon family don't look good in this. This was fucking hurts for all parties involved. And this is coming up right before the Royal Rumble too in a couple of days. Ooh,
Unfortunately, I mean, but fortunately for the WWE to a degree, like all the people within the industry, they don't deserve to be tarnished with Vince's brush. You
mm-mm.
know, people, you know, whoever they may be, you know, from Roman Reigns right down to
Like Kofi
whoever the
Kingston, yeah. As far as like the
all the
wrestlers
yeah,
go, yeah,
yeah, and
the wrestlers shouldn't get any part of this, but the McMahon family, they deserve every bit of it,
Vince
considering that
McMahon
they knew.
especially,
Yep.
like I said, like once again, like you know, regarding Stephanie McMahon, like what can like the conflict of interest is there, like what's she supposed to do, like
Hmm.
you know, it's her father in the day, even though he's a fucking asshole. Um, but I think personally, I think this unfortunately, like many things, I think this will be yesterday's news.
Yeah.
I think Vince McMahon is no longer in the picture in the WWE. It would have been a lot. This would be a lot more interesting if Vince McMahon was still in the WWE.
Yeah, if he
You
was,
know,
this would be the thing that would force him out of WWE. He'd have to go. He'd have to go. There'd be
well,
no two ways
the
about it.
the last time round he went undercover when
Yep.
with the previous sexual assault allegations. Yeah, it wasn't until he got bought out that he had no power because he went undercover and then thought, okay, well, I've just sexually assaulted somebody and there are allegations against me. But I think enough time has passed now for me to resurface.
Yep.
And that didn't work. Yeah.
Now he can't. There's no fucking way he can come back from this. He can't. At least as a Mr. McMahon character, I think we'll never see him again. I think those days are over. I think the days of seeing Vince on TV, those days are done. And I think if Triple H was smart, he'd tell him, okay, dude, not only are you out creatively, you're never coming back. I know this is what you created, but you're done.
Gary, what are you gonna say?
It doesn't surprise me considering that what we heard apparently what he did to somebody else that he had an affair with who was an employee. Apparently, like he had an affair with them, and then he pushed them off to lackeys like John Laurinaitis and people like that to basically have fun with. And considering that John Laurinaitis is married to the Bella twins' mum, that's got to be an awkward conversation for them. But it doesn't surprise me because like it's how entitled these people are to think, oh, I can do what I want. I'm so rich that I don't have to deal with the repercussions. It's very, it's when you got too much power and too much money to think you get. But the thing is, I'm glad that you see these things. I mean, they're all the allegations at this point. So again, we'll point that unless they're being substantiated, then yeah, fuck that guy. But if they are true, then yeah, there's no way he's coming back.
I mean, let's not forget John Laurinaitis in it. I'm glad you
Yeah,
reminded
glad you
us
brought up
about
John
him.
Laurinaitis. That's another guy that I don't ever see going back. I can't see it now.
This guy, yeah, you know, the brother of a Legion of Doom, for fuck's sake. You know, this guy, he needs to face repercussions as well. This is not all about Vince. He needs to, you know, he equally is guilty, and he needs to face judgment as well. So, John Laurinaitis shouldn't be forgotten about this. Is he still in the WWE though?
No, I think he left a few years ago. I want to say.
I think
But someone like
he
Laurinaitis and sorry, go on.
I think he got let go, and then like he's still married to the Bella twins' mum, though.
Mom, yeah.
But someone like Laurinaitis, he's set for life. I mean, he's got more money than God. So even though he's not earning it as much. No, he got fired a long time ago.
Yeah, he got fired. Yeah, he got fired like a couple years ago. He's been gone. But even so, yeah, with Vince and Laurinaitis. And here's the thing: don't just go after the two of them, because there has to be more people involved. There's people that I'm sure we don't even know about that are involved in this type of shit. Because it's like R. Kelly.
Well,
R. Kelly didn't do this shit by himself. He had people helping him, and that's the same thing with Vince. I'm pretty sure Vince and Laurinaitis had people helping them, and they need to go after those people too. Everybody involved needs to face some sort of repercussion and consequence.
Okay, this is for you, Rick B. Okay, just chewing a mint here. He's had more allegations against him by a person called Ms. Grant, Ms. Janelle Grant, and this is one paragraph. As one example of McMahon's extreme depravity, on May the 9th, 2020. He defecated on Ms. Grant during a threesome and then commanded her to continue pleasuring his friend with feces in her hair and running down her back, while McMahon went into the bathroom to shower off. Upon his return from the bathroom, McMahon and his friend actively resumed the threesome, which lasted over an hour and a half, while Ms. Grant remained covered in McMahon's filth. When McMahon's friend left, McMahon ordered her to stay and continue to sexually gratify him. And this is why I made that joke regarding him and Trump, because you heard about the Trump golden showers and him with the golden shit. So, you can see why they're birds of a feather. I mean, they both do terrible things towards women and have multiple allegations against them regarding rape and sexual assault and stuff like that.
Yep. And then you got Brock. And then you got Brock Lesnar involved in all of this. He don't need to come back.
Well, yeah. Was Bobby Lashley a UFC champion?
No, he was never in UFC. He was in MMA, but not UFC.
I think he might be in Bellator.
Bellator. Yep.
There was nobody else within the WWE who had been in the UFC that we might not know about. I know Jack Swagger went to the.
Matt Riddle was, but he was there before.
Yeah, but he was never. Was he ever WWE champion, Matt Riddle?
No, it's only Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is the only one.
And obviously, women-wise is Ronda Rousey, but I don't think they mean women.
Yeah.
And there's this other comment here. In March 2020, McMahon began sharing sexually explicit photographs and videos of Ms. Grant, including pornographic content he recorded with other men both inside and outside the company, including the members of television production tech team executives, producers, and a world-famous athlete and former UFC heavyweight champion with whom WWE was actively trying to sign to a new contract. And ultimately did sign to that contract. But look, you have to understand, this is where we have to, weave through the weeds of whatever the terminology may be, is that somebody showing you something is not the same as being implicit. If somebody showed me a picture of something fucked up, they just showed it to me. Doesn't mean that I did anything about it or wanted to see it. If you know what I mean. So
yeah, but the fact that
actually that's not true. If you partook in, like, for example, there's certain porn that you can't see. For example, like with your kids or animals, and I do think revenge porn is in that as well.
No, look, what I'm trying to say is that if somebody shared shit with you, whether you watched it for a second or didn't watch it or whatever, if they shared it with you, doesn't mean that you're implicit. Like, you can't help it. I shared that clip of that guy doing a pedigree with his fucking man boobs. The one fucking Ginger showed us. Nobody wanted that. I shared it to them, but I thought it would be funny. Yeah, and most people did find it funny, but there might be somebody who didn't. But it's not their fault that I shared it to them. You know what I mean?
But to think all of this was in an effort to get Brock to re-sign, and then he said he liked what he saw, and I'm like, that's just sickening. So, yeah, people I know are going to go after Brock Lesnar ultimately. Yeah, he's a known germaphobe that doesn't like people sneezing around him. That's true.
The different thing, Rick B, it's his own shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's his shit. somebody else's shit. So
as I said, I don't blame Brock Lesnar because the other day he might not have known the context of what he's been shown. He just might have said, "Oh, here's me fucking a girl."
I just want to emphasize that even though maybe all signs point to Brock Lesnar, it hasn't been confirmed.
Yeah, we don't know entirely yet. But
so and once again, I don't want to start accusing Brock Lesnar of anything.
Yeah, because we don't know for sure.
Exactly. Once again, Vince McMahon would share shit. He said, but look, let me read this paragraph again. In March 2020, when McMahon began sharing sexually explicit photographs and videos of Ms. Grant, including pornographic content he recorded with other men, both inside and outside the company, including with members of the television production tech team, executive producers, and a world famous athlete and former UFC champion with whom he was actually trying to sign to a new contract, and ultimately did sign that contract. Yeah. So sharing.
Yeah. And to think, here's the crazy thing. This is only the start of 2024. We're not even a full month into it yet. And this is the biggest story of 2024 so far. Man.
I mean,
wow.
as I said, the apparent boys club that went on over there was just ridiculous. As I said, look, Vince can fuck whoever he wants, as long as it's consensual. Hey, that's his business. That he can even take pictures of people he wants, as long as that's consensual as well. What you can't do is share that around because that's revenge porn.
Regarding consensual, here's another paragraph. In June 2021, McMahon and defendant Laurinaitis sexually assaulted Ms. Grant inside Laurinaitis' office in WWE headquarters while colleagues were busy at their desks. Behind a locked door, the two men cornered her and pulled her in between them, forcibly touched her before ultimately putting her on top of a table in between them. She begged them to stop, but they forced themselves on her, each taking turns restraining her for the other while saying no means yes and take it, bitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Associations of claiming sexual assault and rape.
Yeah, I think if all this is true, then here's what needs to happen.
There's nothing alpha male about raping women, dude.
No.
There's nothing. If anything, raping a woman is weakness. That's weakness, dude. That's beyond weakness.
Yeah.
There's nothing more weak than that. That you are unable to court somebody, so you have to resort to taking.
And to think,
to take them against their own will is ridiculous.
All of this is probably why Stephanie McMahon left WWE, because she knew about it and she was like, "Okay, fuck this, I'm out." She's like, "Yeah, I can't do this bullshit." And yeah, if this is all true, what needs to happen is fuck just taking Vince off the board. Fuck just doing whatever with Laurinaitis. Both of them need to be going to prison straight up. I
think this is also with Shane as well, by the way, because I think Shane had a falling out with Vince.
Yeah. I think his own kids. I think his own kids told him, "Dude, we can't. We've covered up some shit for you, but we can't condone this."
I remember that before, when Undertaker, the last period when Undertaker was a badass, in that Buried Alive match he had against Vince, which turned him into the Dead Man again. Mm-hmm. Prior to that, I just remember the father versus daughter match he had with Stephanie McMahon. Mm-hmm. You guys remember all of that, yeah?
Yeah, and he was choking her with the lead pipe and all that kind of shit.
The promos he was cutting about how he deflowering her and stuff like that.
Yep.
It's like,
I mean, there was a storyline that I've heard about. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if Jose's heard about this storyline. That apparently Vince pitched to Stephanie that he was.
Yeah, he wanted to be her father of her baby. Yeah. Yeah, and then she was like, "Fuck no, we're not going to do that." Yeah, and then he pushed for Shane to be the father, and she once again said, "Fuck no, we're not going to do that. We're not doing this incest shit. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, but we're not doing that."
Okay, so Rick B says, I've seen Succession as well. You guys should watch that shit, but don't use a fictional story to make a point here. But regardless, this might be a boardroom game playing to get rid of him. dude, he's already gotten rid of. Like,
Yeah, he's
like,
out of WWE, but this is to get him off the board. Like off the board. Like he's got to go. He's got to get the fuck out. There's no way he can stay on the board.
Yeah, like if anything, do you think they want all this additional drama and news that that Vince McMahon, the guy who owned this company for for such a long time and most recently did shit like this? This is not the way you want to get rid of him. And Diddy, welcome Black Man.
Negative. He's bringing negative attention. Just as they signed probably the biggest deal they've ever signed
with The Rock
to say to Netflix.
Yeah,
I mean, because like say what you want about Netflix, good, bad, or different. It's in more homes than United than USA, than Peacock or any other network they've been out because. And plus, it could be global. It could be in China. It could be Canada. It could be in the United States. It could be everywhere. Yep. And they don't really need this shit just after they've signed that big, massive deal.
Yeah, Vince has been known as a weirdo there this whole time. Yep. And it just gets weirder.
He's not a weirdo. He's just rich. And the thing is,
he's a weirdo.
He's a weirdo. That's rich.
He's a weirdo. He's a rich weirdo, and unfortunately, when you've got riches, you can become the biggest fucking weirdo, but it allows you to. Vince McMahon, yeah, you're right. And by the way, TLD, I've just finished watching season 2 of The Outlaws, and I'll be doing a review later today. I'll publish it in a few days, but yeah.
And we got more news. Okay, not necessarily related to Vince, but we've got Dark Side of the Ring. Here's what the next season will bring us.
I've seen some of this.
Yep. Buff Bagwell, The Sandman, Earthquake, Harley Race, Brutus Beefcake, Chris Adams, Sensational Sherry, Terry Gordy, Black Saturday, and Chris Colt. Of all these that I'm looking forward to, Sensational Sherry and the Black Saturday episodes are going to be the ones that will be my most anticipated.
So nothing really sticks out there.
No, this is one of their weaker lineups, but I kind of figured that because when they did like Owen Hart and Chris Benoit, I was like, this is probably about as graphic as it's going to get as far as like the Dark Side of the Ring, which it was.
Yeah. Like there's only like so many major stories you can talk about before you then start scraping the barrel. Mm-hmm. And they did that with the first 3 seasons, in my opinion.
Yep.
And season 4 wasn't that great.
Sensational Sherry will be a really good one.
Yeah, like, sure.
I hope so.
No, like she, if you heard the word girl boss, she was a girl boss. Like basically, like she would literally fuck guys and say, apparently, this is rumors. She would fuck.
Oh, boss man.
Boss man?
No, boss man. He's got.
I think his lineup froze.
Yeah, he's going like that.
He went like He went like Cartman did in the COVID.
Yeah. I was thinking. I was definitely thinking that. So. Yeah. All right. So.
But okay, with the Vince news, I mean, all they can do now is I think they need to just take him off the board, and that's about it.
Now, I just want to tell everyone before we start wrapping
before we go
here,
yep,
is that this Saturday we are doing the Royal Rumble watch along, and I just want to show you something. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it or not.
Yep. Let me get my voice ready.
Let me find it first.
Yep.
Oh, let me look for it here.
Yep. Yeah, we'll do our little quick promo vid for the Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Mm-hmm. While Zam's bird tries to eat his beard.
All right, 1 second.
All right.
Hey, leave me alone, Sonny.
I'm telling you, you need to shave that shit.
Yeah, I do. I'm going to shave it. I'm going to shave my beard on Tuesday because the following day, my cleaner comes along and she can fucking clean up all my fucking beard stubble, which still gets stuck to the sink on that day. So, sorry, I need to get rid of this. Here comes Gary. All right.
But yeah, Sensational Sherry will be good. Chris Adams will be good because I've heard stories about him. Earthquake, it might be the things he had in Japan he had like a legit sumo.
All right. I gotta hype it up. So here we go, kids.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time this Saturday for the WWE Royal Rumble Watch Along, featuring your panel. Your participants are Ginger Greek,
Look at him, he's underwater there.
The Block, Boss Man,
I love this picture of Boss Man.
Shredder,
Look at him, that hat.
Cousin Cheeto with his fucked up haircut,
And that GTA weird shirt.
D. Jose. Look at that guy.
yeah.
He's so damn handsome. Major Rage. And Mario. Ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday will be the watch along of the 2024 Royal Rumble presented by WWE. Join us.
It's time to rumble. Sorry, I can't even do the
It's time for the Royal Rumble. Ha.
Exactly. So make sure you join it. But there'll be other people doing watch alongs, but join us.
Ours is fun. Yeah, ours is fun. We get like
up and coming.
5 or 6 of us to just like fucking watch it and goof on it. I mean, it's our favorite watch. It's personally my favorite watch along of the year that we do. Like, this is my favorite thing that we do on this channel is the Royal Rumble.
All right,
and because we're a bit smaller, you know,
Yep.
you're likely to get your views and your comments more likely to be read out by people like us, you know, than
Yep.
somebody who's got 13,000 views and they're fucking like their chat looks like somebody's forwarding the credits at the end of a fucking movie.
Film,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So,
Yeah, whereas here you're gonna hear us rip on the Rumble, you're gonna hear us laugh at shit, you're gonna hear us call out botches, you're gonna hear us like, you know, talk about like, why the fuck did this person get like eliminated? Like, Boss Man's gonna throw a fit over something. Zam's gonna be like, what the fuck is that? And yeah,
I'm gonna do my Pro Plus on Saturday so I can watch this shit till 4 a.m. and
Yep.
take a day off.
So
I'm taking a good day off. Anyway, go on, guys.
I was going to say, who is your favorites for watching?
to win the Rumble,
Win it.
Yeah.
I was
think
gonna
it's
save
gonna
it
be
for
obvious.
yeah, I was gonna save it for Saturday, but since you asked, I think it's gonna be CM Punk that wins this thing.
Wow.
That's gonna be my prediction. I think it's gonna be him.
I think it's gonna be Gunter.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't hate it.
I
If
think-
Seth is hurt, yeah, Gunther will
I
be the
think-
backup choice.
I think some people need the win, and some people don't. I think Gunter is on the precipice of being a top tier guy. He
Yep.
wins the Royal Rumble, and he will be that top tier guy. I think he will come in at number 30 as well.
Yep.
You know, because obviously, I think Cody Rhodes will come in at number 1 this year.
I'd like to see them do the reverse, where I think
Yeah.
like Cody comes in at because I think Cody came in at number 30 last year. I want them to replay that if Punk's not going to win the Rumble. That's my backup scenario is to have Gunther and Cody be the final 2 again,
I do.
but this time
I
with
do,
Gunther eliminating Cody.
I do.
That
and
would
I
be
don't
dope.
because it will be so. It will be so on the nose, like you know. So it takes away the predictability of it, but
It would still be
Yeah.
awesome to see.
yeah, for sure. But then it'll be really good with. Yeah, go on.
I reckon it's going to be. Do you know what? I reckon it's going to be female. I reckon it's going to be either Jade Cargill or it's going to be AJ Lee.
Jade is getting the most eliminations. That
AJ
I'm
Lee.
calling. AJ Lee might be coming back. Yeah, she might come back.
But she doesn't look. Nobody deserves to walk into the Rumble and win it. You know that leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Regardless of her.
She does done it a few times.
Yeah, but Cena's is super established. AJ Lee ain't compared to you can't compare AJ Lee to Cena. You know what I mean? You know,
I do think though, as far as the women, go, Jade's going to get the most eliminations because they always do that where somebody comes in and tosses out like 15 people. That'll be Jade.
A male, I think it could either be LA Knight or it's going to be Gunther.
I really think LA Knight's stock is starting to fall.
Yeah.
I think he's becoming the new Dolph Ziggler, unfortunately. to a degree, and I think with all these other things happening now, with The Rock possibly coming back, and AJ Styles is now back, and
Yep.
all of these sort of things, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, like he's totally in the shade.
Yep. I think they're going to save Rock Roman for next year, because on First Take yesterday or a couple days ago, Rock was like, yo, here's the deal. I'm a long gamer, which means Rock Roman ain't going to happen this year. They're saving that for a year from now.
Yeah,
they're going to build it.
That, man. But they
Yep.
say shit like that, like CM
They
Punk
do.
ain't coming back,
Yep.
and he does fucking come back. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, I can see The Rock coming in the Rumble and
this year and fucking winning it.
Yeah, like it'll be like Ultimate Warrior and Hogan, like him
Yep.
and Reigns face each other in the ring. You know, they've thrown everyone else out, and there's only them two left in the ring for a hot minute before other people start joining the match.
Yep.
And they have a few fights, and maybe Reigns or Rock throw one or the other out. But then again, Reigns doesn't need to be in the Rumble. I forgot about that.
No, he's a champion, but
he's a champion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Final question: where do you reckon Okada's going?
Okada's going to go to WWE. He's not going to AEW. I've said this before. He'll go to WWE. He wants to be in. He's that wrestler from New Japan that people keep talking about. He's like basically the Japanese John Cena. Okada is going to go to.
He's a better wrestler than John Cena.
Yeah. Okada's going to go to WWE because he wants to work a WrestleMania. That's always been his goal. And he's already been on AEW, so it's like, if he went to AEW, he would just get lost over there. Triple H would take better care of him.
Fair enough. Well, fellas, not long now, just
about a couple days. Yeah.
48 hours pretty much, and then just over 40 hours from now we'll be preparing, setting up for
I'm not going to be joining World's Gone Insane tomorrow because I figure with this wrestling news, this is all I really wanted to talk about. So unless more stuff comes out tomorrow, then I might be back. But other than that, I'll be seeing y'all for Saturday for the Royal Rumble.
All right, yeah. I'm going to do my Dungeons and Kiss the Bass. The Grizzly Young veterans who've worked at Future Silk are now in TNA. Go watch them; they're very good. Actually, they're excellent. They're very good. They're actually excellent. Both really nice guys. So go and support them. There you go. There's my consideration for the day.
Okay. And I myself here for NerdTube because I am Mr. 24/7. I'm the Kofi Kingston of this motherfucker. I'll be bringing out a trailer reaction of Roadhouse. Keep an eye out for that. I might do it on my own. I might join somebody might join me with it, as well as my review of season 1 and 2 of The Outlaws, which is on Amazon Prime as well as on the BBC website. It's a British comedy drama. It might be for you, it might not be for you. I enjoyed it. It has Christopher fucking Walken in it, which is awesome to see him in a British drama, which makes it very interesting. But my review for season 1 and 2 will be coming out soon enough. We're kind of packed at the moment with lots of stuff.
Yeah, we've got a lot of shit to cover in the next few days.
Yeah, exactly. So,
all right, it's time to rumble.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So, we'll see you guys tomorrow, and take care, everyone. Until then,
bye.
Like
and share and subscribe.
Yeah, and we're on TikTok as well. Remember that there's some shit on TikTok right now, and check out some of our other videos right now, like me reacting to our racist cartoon. All right, bye.
Bye.